Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is a brief revision for the calculations of screening. The calculations of screening contains two variables or tuples, that is sensitivity and specificity. First, let us define these two above terms. If we say sensitivity is the proportion of truly ill people in the screened population who are identified as ill by the test, while specificity is a proportion of truly healthy people who are so identified by the test. If we see the difference is just sensitivity deals with the truly ill people and specificity deals with the truly healthy people. So let's see the calculations from the table which were given to us by the teacher. Here this table shows us the disease status and the screening test. Here the screening test is either positive or negative. The disease status we have present or absent. If you see the letters A indicates that the disease is present and the screening test is positive. B indicates that the screening test is positive too, and the absent disease status. C indicates that the screening test is negative and the disease status is present, while D indicates that the screening test is negative and the disease status is the disease status is absent. Then we have here the total positive screening test, and here the total negative screening test, while here we have the total present disease status, and here we have the total absent disease status, that's B and D, and here we have the whole total screening test and disease status. That's the addition of the four letters. Now let's see what does these letters mean. Here A is the number of true positives, B the number of false positives, C the number of false negatives, D the number of true negatives. If you consider only A and D, considered is both are true, which indicates that the disease status and the screening test match together. Thus, if the screening test is positive, the disease is present, and if the screening test is negative, the disease is absent. While B and C both are false because the disease status and the screening test does not match. Thus, if the screening test is positive, the disease is absent, and if the screening test is negative, the disease is present. B is the false positive and C false negative, as we have said. So let's see how we can calculate the sensitivity. Is equal to probability of positive test in people with disease. That's A divided by A plus C. If we see the people with the disease are A and C, let's see this table. It could be much clearer than that table. So here we have A and C. The disease status is present in A and C. So the formula is that A divided by A plus C. We have taken A because A is a positive test in the disease present status that are both A and C. So we have divided A by A plus C. While specificity is the probability of negative test. The negative test, but if you see is in the disease status, which is absent. So the formula will be D, which is a negative test, and divided by the people with the disease. People with the disease are B and D. So we divide D by B plus D, which gives us the specificity of the test. Here you have another two variables, that is positive predictive value and negative predictive value. Positive predictive value is the probability of the person having the disease when the test is positive. Person having the disease when the test is positive. Even if you see the test is positive in A and B, and only A is the person having the disease, so A will be divided by A plus D. Let's go back. Yes, A is divided by A plus D, because A plus D is the test which is positive, and A is the person having the disease. So the next one is negative predictive value. Here's the probability of person not having the disease when the test is negative. The test is negative. Test is negative here in C and D, and the probability of not having the disease is the letter D, because here is negative and the disease is absent. So D will be divided by C plus D, which gives us the negative predictive value. So I hope it was clear, and thank you. This was by Mahmoud Osman. I've chosen this topic because the teacher said the last students didn't do well in the exam, so I hope we'll be better than them. And Assalamu alaikum.